and of course live coverage from New Orleans throughout the day right here on KSla News 12. The CBS This Morning, straight ahead next.
Take charge of your own health care.
Accent, your first call is the most important. When you have
this coverage you can count on in high definition.
Good morning. It is Monday, January 9th, 2012. Welcome to the debut of CBS This Morning here in Studio 57 at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'm Charlie Rose. Just one day to the New Hampshire primary. We've got a brand new CBS poll this morning, and we'll talk with Newt Gingrich.
And I'm Gail King. The White House fires back in an explosive new book that pulls back the curtain on the first couple. Plus, when I see you at 8 o'clock, Juliana Margulies from The Good Wife will be here. And guess who's turning the big 3-0? We're going live to London today to see how Britain is celebrating the Queen-to-Be's milestone.
And I'm Erica Hill. 60 Minutes uncovers salesmen pushing stem cells like snake oil. Scott Pelley will be on set with his hidden camera investigation.
But first, as we will do every morning, we begin with a look at today's eye-opener. Your world in 90 seconds.
We're going to win this thing, I hope, coming down the road. I count on you.
The Republican field makes its final push in New Hampshire.
Mitt Romney had a pretty difficult debate.
Well, if his record was so great as governor of Massachusetts, why didn't you run for re-election?
Rick?
It's still my time. Can we drop a little bit of the pious baloney? More than half the expected voters have yet to settle on a favorite.
Here is your underdog.
I'm a dangerous person, and I admit it.
Liberty and justice for all.
January 8th, 2011, a gunman opened fire.
A year after the tragedy in Tucson, Gabby Gifford leads a vigil to remember those lost.
Those of us who survived were forever changed by that moment.
Iran has sentenced to death a detained U.S.-born Iranian man charged with spying.
When someone does try to do it, then they have 60 minutes to come and visit them.
The Obamas is a tell-all
that explores some tense personal relationships among the First Lady, the President, some key White House advisors.
Words, I think the First Lady and her staff worked very well with the West Wing.
The Duchess of Cambridge is celebrating her 30th birthday today.
Fans have been waiting for months for this. The superstar gave birth to a little girl.
All that.
Some incredible video today out of Africa. An Australian tourist went bungee jumping, only the bungee cord didn't work.
And all that matters.
You haven't blinked since this campaign started?
I have not.
On CBS This Morning.
Got him.
Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him free to the 30. To the 20. Thomas to the 10. Difference going on to New England.
And welcome to the first of what we hope will be many mornings here in our brand new studio, Studio 57. Joined every morning with Erica Hill. Good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
We begin this morning in New Hampshire where it is primary eve. Mitt Romney still has a double-digit lead in the polls there, and he leads all Republican candidates nationwide in a CBS News poll just released this morning. 19% of GOP primary voters support Romney. He's ahead of Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum, and Ron Paul, but Santorum has gained 11 points in the past month.
The poll also shows about half of Republican voters say Romney has the best chance to beat President Obama in November. At back-to-back debates over the weekend, all the candidates made final pitches to New Hampshire voters. Chief political correspondent Jan Crawford is in Nashua, New Hampshire this morning, watching the back and forth on the campaign trail, and they are keeping you busy. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Erica. Good morning, Charlie. It's about 24 hours now before voters start going to the polls. The clock is ticking. The candidates are making a last dash across the state. We're here for an event later this morning with Mitt Romney, but after the punches he took yesterday, he may be feeling a little beat up.
Anybody get a chance to see
Emboldened by a bruising debate.
I still got a little blood on my sleeve from Mitt Romney after that debate. Need your help on Tuesday.
The candidates and their supporters went directly to the voters, and they continued to hammer the frontrunner with the pace from the Democratic playbook, blasting Romney as a rich and ruthless businessman.
Those of us who believe in free markets would find it pretty hard to justify rich people figuring out clever legal ways to loot a company, leaving behind 1,700 families without a job.
But Romney says he created jobs and understood what it was like to worry about losing one, unlike President Obama,
who Romney said never had one in the private sector.
I know what it's like to worry whether you're going to get fired. There were a couple of times I wondered whether I was going to get a pink slip.
In yesterday's debate, his challengers hit him hard, raising questions about whether he could beat the president.
But can we drop a little bit of the pious baloney? Well, if his record was so great as governor of Massachusetts, why didn't you run for re-election?
Romney deflected most of the blows.
We've got to nominate a leader if we're going to replace someone who is not a leader.
But his support has slipped. Since Friday, he is down 5 points to 35%, followed by